It's just the same thing. Earlier this month, former President Barack Obama suggested the booming economy is the result of his administration, not President Trump.
Our next guest went to Michigan State University to ask liberal students what they thought.
What are your thoughts on that comment?
He's been out for long enough now that it's not on him anymore. It's more on Donald Trump.
I'll side with Trump on that one.
I feel like once a president's done, they hand it off.
I feel like all presidents do this. They'll just sort of take credit for something that's happening down the line.
Here with more, Media Director for CampusReform.org, Cabot Phillips. Thank you for your time this morning. What'd you make of what you heard?
It was fascinating, especially President Obama's comments. I can promise you if the economy was not booming the way it is, he'd be washing his hands of this, saying, well, once the president is out of office, the economy has nothing to do with him. But now that it's booming under the leadership of President Trump, he's quick to say this has everything to do with me. It's all my economy. And when it comes to young people's perception of how things are going, it's fascinating. I think the left has overplayed their hands. They have been convincing young people that if President Trump is elected, it's going to be doomsday. Millions will die. The economy is going to crash. Prepare for Armageddon. And that just hasn't happened. Young people are looking around. They're talking to their friends. They're talking to their parents. And I think a lot of them are realizing there has never been a better time than under President Trump's economy right now to be a young person. If you're graduating college, there are more job openings. There's more opportunity. There's no better time to start a business. And so I think a lot of people are waking up to that fact. And that's a positive for Republicans and a positive for President Trump.
Okay, you went up to Spartan Country. Let's see what they had to say. Roll tape.
I think when you're in the role as President of the United States, you're supposed to bring people together, not polarize them.
And the way he goes about conducting his business, I don't agree with. But overall, I think he's going to do some good things.
I think he should stay off Twitter.
Glad to see that he's trying to bring stuff in-house and make it healthier in the long term.
So that was general reactions to the president. Kind of interesting. And we always talk about the liberal universities. That wasn't so hardcore leftist that it, made you cry.
It was fascinating. Many of the students that I spoke to on campus said, well, I don't love the tweeting. I don't love a lot of things about his attitude. But I can't deny the results. I can't deny the economy. That's in line with polling. A lot of what voters say is that they approve of Trump's handling of the economy, even if they aren't crazy about his personality. And so I think it's also important to remember who is in college now. It's not just millennials. A lot of it's Generation Z. And as we've covered at the Leadership Institute's Campus Reform, that's a generation that came of age under President Obama's economy, a time of economic uncertainty. And for the first time in their lives, a lot of these people are seeing a time of economic certainty. They're seeing stock markets booming. They're seeing unemployment rates go way down. And so while a lot of these people may not agree with a lot of President Trump's personal decisions, a lot of the things about his character, a lot of them are coming out and saying, I do approve of his economic handling of the economy. And I think that's a positive thing.
Real quick, before we let you go, did you get the sense that most students at this point are excited to get out into the workforce after they graduate because of the economy?
Well, there's never been more economic confidence, especially among young people. So, yeah, I think people are realizing the opportunities. And I also think it's important to remember with the midterms coming up, there may be a lot of people coming out saying they want to be a part of the resistance. But when people look at the economy, which is the most important issue for most voters, how many of them are going to say when it comes down to it, I really don't want to mess up what's going on under President Trump's economy. Do we really want to elect new people in office? I think that's important to remember with the midterms coming up.
All right, Cabot Phillips.
It's going to be interesting to see if Cabot continues these series in the wintertime when he can't show off his arms. Cabot Phillips.
I saw you out there covering the hurricane. You were wearing some.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cabot. Time now, 25 minutes after the hour. The New York